Today I'm making mashed potato and lamb roast.
This is sweet.
I know that they go somewhere, but I didn't expect where I went.
This is a 5-star restaurant.
Foodies inside.
Now I'm going to start by making the marinade for the meat. Yeah, so first I'm going to go in with some onions, very important. I have garlic in here, a thumb of ginger, 1 sprig of rosemary, seasoning powder, salt, paprika, and parsley. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil, about 2 peppers. For a little bit more flavor, I'm adding white pepper as well. Cover it. Now that is a smooth blend. I have some lamb cuts here. The lamb shoulder, the lamb knuckles. Lamb is not something we eat often in Nigeria, but whenever I go to the luxury restaurants, I always like to eat the things that we don't eat regularly. So I ask for lamb, okay? Now if you don't have lamb, you can do this with goat meat, you can do it with cow meat. Just choose your best cuts and it's okay. If you actually eat pork, this is excellent with pork like this. So I'm going to pour the marinade on it. I'm going to reserve just a little bit because I'll be adding this little bit into my glaze later. So you just rub this. It's just a simple marinade. Make sure you massage it into every part of the meat. Okay? So this is good. So hands washed, the next thing I'm going to do is to take a cling film to cover it, allow it rest for about 20 minutes in the fridge. Okay guys, so I can't find my oven rack. I don't know how things get missing in the kitchen, but I couldn't find my oven rack. So I am using this halogen oven racks to slice. I have my meat here. So I'm just going to pick the pieces of meat, lay them on the rack. So some will actually cook quicker than some because the cuts are not even. I'm going to put it in my oven to cook for about 20 minutes. So while it's cooking, we'll start working on our potatoes. Now, some people can eat mashed potato with the skin, which is also good, but it's neater. If you want to have this creamy, luscious one, you have to peel the skin, okay? But if you leave the skin also, there's nothing wrong with it. You cook it with the skin and mash, there's nothing wrong with it. So these potatoes have been cleaned earlier, but let's just clean again. And you take a potato peeler and just go like so. Mashed potatoes is one of my best way of enjoying Irish potatoes. This is just the best way for me. I am not so much of an Irish potato fan, especially when boiled, but my husband loves it. My husband and kids, they love it so much when it's boiled. But for me, I prefer it when mashed and seasoned the way I'm going to do it today. The aroma coming from this meat, let's just check and see how it's going. Whoops! The juice, that's so good. I'll see if I can actually deglaze that juice and use it for the Malta Guinness glaze I want to make. But this is beautiful. Looks really good. Very, very good. Okay, continue with my potatoes. So this is the last one, and just before I start cooking it, I'm going to quickly make the Malta Guinness glaze for the meat because the meat is cooked through halfway. So this is a good time to start making the glaze and glaze it before it's completely done. For the glaze, I'll be using butter, not margarine, butter. So for you that might be wondering, how we should buy butter for 5,000 Naira plus? Well, butter is very different from margarine. I keep telling you guys before, okay? So you remember that my marinade, yes, I left some. So I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of it into the butter, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of garlic, seasoning, stir on that, about ½ tablespoon of tomato paste. You can choose to use ketchup if you like. So once your paste has cooked for about 2 minutes, you get your Malta Guinness. Yep. And I'll pour it into what I'm making. These are just little things, little things. they add to enhance the taste of their cooking. And you can have this in your house. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that, seasoning, curry powder. So I'll allow it cook for about 2 minutes before I add the thickener. So I'm just getting a little bit of water. I'm about to mix my cornstarch now to thicken it. All right, so we're going for a light glaze, and this is just fine. It tastes really, really good. As in, the Malta Guinness gives it this deep flavor. You can only liken it to what you have in the luxury restaurants. This is really good. Try it. So let's go attend to the meat. All right, here we are, here we are, here we are, here we are. This is good. All right, and it goes on my meat. Okay, so I'm going to take this back to the oven. Dripping goodness, okay? The glaze, the marinade, the Malta Guinness, like the Malta Guinness gave this glaze a very deep flavor, like just help the other flavors come out. It's time for the potatoes. Potato, potato, potato. Water in my pot for the potatoes. There's a tip to this. For you to get a very good potato mash with body that is not just flat. Allow your potato water to be boiled already before you add it. Yes. So that way there's nothing making it soak at all. It's not soaking water, then do not overcook it. Okay, so the water has come to some simmer, not completely boiled, but this is just good enough. So I'll begin to add my potatoes into it. Cover till it's done. Okay guys, potato is ready. I put my fork, it's served. I'm going to rice it now or mash it. But I'm using a potato ricer. I bought it the last time I traveled, so let me use it. This is my potato ricer, and you choose any of the plates you want. Mine came with 3 plates, so let me use the smallest plates. See? This can take about 2, and you press. That's it. All right, so that's it for our potatoes. Now, as you can see, the potato is very airy already because I did not do mashing. I used the ricer, so you can see it's very, very airy. So the next thing I'm going to do is begin to season. First, I'm going to start with my butter. It's best to add your butter when it's very, very hot. And be generous with the butter. I know it's expensive. This butter is like 5K already. I'm going to season with some salt. You don't need to add so much salt. This is salted butter, so just a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, and you begin to mix it in. Just look at, can you see? Can you see what the butter is giving? Butter is already giving everything that it should give, okay? Now, if you want it like a bit creamier, you can add milk. So I'm going to be adding a little bit of milk, just a little bit. If I need more, I add more. And you fold it in, like just fold in. So I'll just do a rough chop of parsley. Now this adds some freshness to the mashed potato. I'll take a grater and grate in some Parmesan cheese. So I mix everything in. Now this is a well-seasoned mashed potato. You can see it's fluffy, it's airy, it's beautiful, and well garnished. This is so good. Like, this is so good. This is 7-star restaurant standard. Okay, guys, Let's check on our meat. And this food done. It's just for us to plate it, and my guest is here. Like, the aroma from the Malta Guinness glaze is amazing. You need to try it. It's so good. Fantastic. Now it's time for the plating. The beauty of this food is in the plating. So I'm going to saute a side of vegetable, just something very simple. My string peas, a little bit of salt. I'm going to toast that. And some carrots. Now toast. Now that's a beautiful char. All right, this is good. Let's plate. So, Joy, what do you think it's in this my glaze or sauce?
I'm thinking Malta Guinness.
Why? Because you saw Malta Guinness?
Yes, because I saw Malta Guinness here, and I know that you can be very creative with things like that.
Okay, come on, the creativity. Come on, oh yeah, test them. Just simple.
It is sweet too.
As in, when I tasted it, I don't even believe. I know
It is sweet.
I know how they go somewhere, but I didn't expect where I went to.
This is not a 5-star restaurant.
I didn't expect where I went to. So just guess like maybe 4 things you think is inside. You know, experts.
Definitely garlic, ketchup.
Sweetheart, just taste this thing. The potato. Just taste out the potato. It may not be like say. To be honest, have you tasted any mashed potato as nice as this in this Lagos?
To be honest, no.
No, I'm not joking.
No, this one is not. This is no joke.
I'm telling you, I'm not joking. This is good. Now me cook am. When I dey cook am, I no expect say I dey reach this place. So I reach so.
You dey talk, I dey eat, they go. Then I have to tell you say the thing sweet.
Potato is on 100. Like
Mashed potato times 1 million.
see, best than anyone I've eaten in Europe. I'm not joking. You see, this mashed potato is expensive mashed potato because the potato in itself we bought for about maybe 2,000 naira.
Yeah.
Some still remain, but the butter alone for this thing is 5,000 naira.
I can tell.
5,000 naira that butter. Now we also have Parmesan cheese in it. So there is nothing that can make this potato mash go wrong because some potato mash with their mice.
Yeah.
I'm not miser.
You went all out.
It's a luxury potato mash. Another thing is some people don't season their potato mash. They just season with salt. So I also added garlic to it and a little bit of onion powder to it with some milk to lighten it out.
It tastes really, really lush.
I'm telling you, let's go back to this glaze.
Yeah, let's go back to the glaze. So tell
So
me.
you have said garlic.
Yeah.
The key ingredient here is actually Malta Guinness.
I said it.
So this is the Malta Guinness glaze. Now the reason why we are thinking ketchup and all that is a little bit of sweetness from
The Malta Guinness.
paired with tomato paste.
Oh, that's what I was thinking is ketchup.
Ketchup.
Ooh, I was close. I was close.
So if I had used ketchup and added
Malta Guinness,
the sweetness would be too much. So I needed to balance it out. So I used tomato paste instead. And
see where I talked about creativity. See where I talked about creativity.
so it's not like
This
you have to just imagine the balance. The balance is always the key to your cooking.
Yeah.
You have to be balanced, and you can see some pepper in there.
Yes.
So when you add pepper to sweetness, everything just
You have a balanced palate.
If you like this video, please give me a thumb up, share and comment. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do click on the subscribe button and notification bell to enjoy more of my recipes.